guys, it's me Julia and welcome back to a new video with me. In today's video, we're filming the very highly requested yard tour at Hartpury Equine, and I'm here with
my jumping warm blood, back again a year later.
Yeah,
different stables.
If you guys remember, we have filmed the yard tour before, exactly a year ago, back home in the UAE, and we've got Eliza Harvey behind the camera. Let's get started.
But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again.
So this is Hartpury's big international outdoor. It's called Parkway. It's open all year round, and normally it's divided into two, with one side being a jump course and the other being dressage. So if you have lessons, you can obviously choose what side's best suited to your discipline. There are loads of big international shows here. Obviously in the summer, winter season, we'll use the big indoor. This is obviously really popular to ride in when it's sunny, and everyone often comes and just sits out and has a picnic on the benches as well.
Now we're standing in front of the slightly smaller outdoor. This is Cove. This gets used a lot for college lessons, but obviously it's also free for us to ride in whenever there's no lessons going on. Usually there is a set of jumps set inside here as well. In the summer, when there's a big international shows happening here, this will usually be the warm-up arena for the big shows, and then the classes will happen up at the top in the big international outdoor arena. In front of every single one of Hartpury's arenas, there's a little time schedule hung up outside of it where people can check the availability of each arena.
This is the Hartpury hiking track. It's a big loop that goes all the way around the perimeter. You can walk and trot on it, so it's brilliant for exercising. It's got really nice surface as well for all year round. And yeah, the horses love it. In summer as well, they've got the sheep and the cows out.
Next up, we're going to talk about Turnout. So Hartpury has a variety of different turnout opportunities for junior horses. There is turnout for all geldings, for all mares. There is overnight turnout options, and there's daytime slots as well. Obviously the daytime slots aren't as long as overnight turnout. There is group turnout, there's individual turnout slots available. There are also medical turnout and therapy turnout fields available, which are a bit smaller if your horse is rehabbing from an injury. And usually during the season we get 2 to 3 hours a day. One thing is though that during the winter it just depends on the weather and on the season how much it rains. Sometimes Hartpury will decide to shut the fields a bit earlier. Last year the fields were opened until January, and then they're closed between January and March. But if your horse really does need it, then there are medical turnout fields available where a horse can still go out for an hour during the times where the fields are actually shut. Right now we're inside of holding. This is our smaller indoor, which links to the big indoor. This is where people will be in right before they enter the show ring. This is where people can also warm up for the indoor shows. Usually people like to lunge in here because it's appropriate size. Sometimes Hartpury sets up free jumping sessions, and then the free jumping will be in this arena as well. Hartpury has 2 horse walkers on the yard. This one is the biggest one, which fits 6 horses, and then there's another one which fits 5. I love putting my horse on here in the mornings or when I muck out, just so he can stretch his legs, and they're just really handy to have.
So Hartpury has an additional 2 arenas that are next to each other, indoor 1 and 2. They're pretty similar, but these are great as well for winter rides when it's raining. We've always got options to ride indoors. There's always poles in either one of them and a dressage arena in the other. So again, to suit your training, you can obviously just decide what arena. So all schools here at Hartpury as well are open from 7 AM to 7:30 PM. So you've got loads of time to fit your ride in around lectures. So Hartpury has over 200 stables arranged from barns A to K, all spread out across campus. Each different stable has a tack room. All tack rooms are locked every night, so for security measures. Stables as well get locked each night at 8 PM, as well as all the surrounding gates, just that any horses should get out. They're all nicely contained.
And now we're standing in front of Hartpury's transportation van. This is really good for emergency cases. If your horse needs to be transported to the vet, Hartpury can take you and transport you and your horse with this. There's a vet practice actually on site, which is called 3 Counties Vets. This is great because there's a no call-out fee, and it's just good if you need a quick consultation with a vet or a vaccination or anything that your horse might need. You have a vet on site always. So I'm now standing in Equus, which is our yard tack shop. This is really exciting. I thought this was amazing that there's actually a tack shop right next to the stables. If you need anything ever at any time, this is pretty much always opened. I love this shop because all of my favorite brands are all in here. They've got Holland Cooper, PS of Sweden, Kentucky Horseware, Spooks, Piqueur, Escadron, everything your equestrian heart will desire is all in here. Definitely one of my favorite places to be. Another thing that's really good about this tack shop is that students and staff actually get a 10% discount code. Also, the tack shop pretty much sells everything except for feed, but you can get things like brooms, wheelbarrows, planning bands, honestly anything you need. Hartpury is actually sponsored by Bailey's Horse Feed, and you can order your feed through Hartpury through their website and their online store, and it gets delivered once a week, so you don't ever have to worry about your horse running out of feed.
So this is Hartpury Arena. It is our biggest indoor school. The space is fully maxed out, so on this side we have classrooms, on this side we have seating, and behind you we have a cafeteria, which is great for a full English breakfast in the morning while watching other horses be ridden. There are a load of big shows held in here each year. We also have student shows each week, alternating between dressage and show jumping, as well as a few fun, festive little competitions. It's lovely to ride in here in the winter as well. It's obviously sheltered from wind and rain, and it's nice and heated too.
We are now in the therapy center. Hartpury has a therapy center on site, which is really great, especially for me since I'm studying equine science with therapy. We use the therapy center quite a bit in our course actually. Things like the water treadmill, we've also got a land treadmill, and a rehab center for horses that need rehabilitation, which is just really, really great to have on site. Next up, we have the land-based treadmill, which is also really cool. Kleck has been on this quite a few times already. This is really good because it actually helps your horse build muscle, as you can put this on a little incline, which is great for top line. It increases the horse's stride length as well, and it's obviously great if you have a horse that you're starting to bring back into work and don't want to get bucked off.
So this is the simulator suite. There are a number of different horses, each sort of specialised in different areas. This one here is Margaret. She does cross-country, show jumping and dressage. That one's Hercules. And this one over here is Archie. He's a race simulator, so you can practice racing, you can practice your stance, your position. It also gives you really in-depth analysis as well about where your aids are and how the pressure is concentrated on the horse. On this one you can also ride famous cross-country courses that you might have seen ridden before.
We're now located in our gym. This gym's located on the yard, and it's only used for the academy students, or we also use it once a week in our rider fitness sessions with a personal trainer as well. We're now located on Old Stud. This is the barn where Kleck is on. There are 3 different barns located on Old Stud, one of them being K Barn, that's where Kleck has been all year round, and I Barn is here in the background. Every single barn has their own tack room, feed room, and rug hangers, which is really great. We've also got our own horse walker on site, as well as a hay barn where we can collect our horses' hay. Most university students have their horses here. There's no college, and also a lot of the international students have their horses here on Old Stud.
So when you bring your horse to Hartpury, you're also advised to bring a storage box. This one is 100 litres, and in here I've got all sorts like saddle pads, boots, lunge lines. And in the tack room, everyone is allocated 1 saddle rack and 1 bridle hook based on what stable you're in.
The person gets 1 allocated feed bin, which is split between 2 people, so you have 2 sections each.
So this is the Lunge Pen. You are allowed to lunge in some of the other arenas, but for convenience, it's quite nice to have one just here with us on Old Stud. It's always open and you can lunge whenever you want. And then just over here, we have our therapy turnout slots. So they're slightly smaller, so if your horse is coming back from injury, you're obviously reducing damaging limitations by putting them in a smaller field. And then to the other side, we've got our stallion turnout. Obviously there's no stallions allowed at Hartpury.
So that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was the full in detail yard tour of Hartpury Equine.
It took us a long time to film, so please like it and subscribe.
Don't forget, if you have any questions, suggestions, or recommendations, leave them down below in the comments. I love reading through your comments, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye!